We are live.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. We are live.
Hello.
So
Just see
let's
if
make
everything is working.
let's see if everything is working. I will also post
Perfect.
this link to the places where I know. I see 2 people already have joined. Thanks for joining.
That's one is
All right. Where is the link?
Let's probably watch.
So how much prepared are you, Pushpak?
literally zero. Like I will be diving for the first time. I'm gonna set up Laravel Reverb locally. Uh, so I wanted to do this for a very long time, right? Jigar, you know that I also talked with you last time
Hmm.
because when I first saw Laravel Reverb, right, it was I think released around the time when the Laracon India was happening. Uh, I got to like see the first impression of the Laravel Reverb in the from Joe Dixon, where he was showing us the internals, and I was very much interested how they was able to build this entire technology, like the WebSocket server itself in the PHP. Because if you see, right, PHP by default is a like the traditional way. If you are writing PHP, right, it's a very synchronous language. Like it's a fire and forget model. uh,
Hmm.
all this new types of runtimes, right? Franken PHP, Spool, and Roadrunner are actually trying to change that, but the normal PHP FPM is actually synchronous, and you cannot actually write a long running processes in that. So I was kind of wondering how exactly Laravel team is building that using PHP. Like even though there are like better tools and better languages to write such technologies. Let's suppose there is Go, which like very high performant, where you can almost scale up to millions of connections, even on a single server. But I was wondering how they are doing it in a PHP. So I was just looking at a React, sorry, not Reverb source code, and just come around the React thing. And then I was very much interested to look around. Like they are using React PHP, which is again there for a very long time. So just wanted to dive into the internals of how exactly all this thing works. So I'm literally not prepared. So I'm gonna set up everything for the first time, and I'm gonna just explore with you guys. Right? You just will be my helping uh, pair programmers here, so to guide me what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing
Hmm.
incorrectly, to so that we can just dive into it. But I also
Let's say
wanted to know about you guys also. Like how what do you think about like writing these fundamental things, right? Which PHP has never done it. Like there were time when we used to write a HTTP server in PHP also. Like in React PHP, you can write your own HTTP server, but that's not a very mainstream thing. Like no one actually used PHP to write this server. So what is your thought process behind like coming of this technologies? Like what do you think about this?
mm, so like you mentioned in the very beginning, mm, so when we think of PHP, we think very synchronous. So I am that guy. Like it's very difficult for me to think asynchronous like any JavaScript framework. So I have never tried React PHP or anything asynchronous. Like, yes, I do work with React, but still, it's not something that I look up to. But this is with this stream, probably I will understand more about the reactiveness of all the languages, not just JavaScript or PHP, but in general. Let's see. Let's hope that I learned something today, and let's explore together. Yeah.
Yeah. So like basically we were already having web sockets built on PHP before Reverb, right? There was a package called Laravel Web Sockets by Beyond Code, which was written in React PHP only, and using the same protocol Ratchet, I guess. That is a Ratchet, I guess. Ratchet, right? I think it's a Ratchet. So I think for me it was a little bit different. Like I already seen stuff, so mm, and I was also a new programmer. So basically, what you can say, it was a same thing for me. Like it was in JS or PHP.
All right. Uh, Pushpak, have you started installing Laravel behind the scene and Laravel Reverb, or
Yeah, the repository has been set up. So now I can share my screen and we can start with the.
all right? We'll we'll
Perfect.
do the so we'll set some time limit. Do you
Sure.
want to set some time limit, or that's fine?
Yeah, we can set 1 hour time limit. We can stop the stream at 10:10. Like I guess 15 minutes will be spent in exploring how exactly to set up the basic React, Reverb, and then see from there how deep we can go in the source code of
Yeah,
Laravel Reverb.
All right.
I hope I'm able to share my screen and
Yes,
the screen is visible.
yeah, we
it
can
is.
see
Perfect.
Laravel WebSockets.
Perfect. Yeah. So I just opened this and I see. Yeah, I had come across this basically before, and
Yeah,
I really think they are using they just deprecated this repository. It's now
on 7. Yeah,
active because of Laravel Reverb. So I think
yeah. It was, I think, officially archived on 7th Feb. Otherwise, it was already like dropped support before like more than 6 months, before 7 months.
oh
Because like you can
nice,
see issues and PRs already, like open issues and PRs. Maybe
right.
they are close. No way. But still,
Yeah,
like
basically
if you
they
see,
once you mark everything archived, everything goes away. The pull request and the
yeah,
issues.
yeah.
That's
So
good. So let's do something today. I have set up a basic application. So cd reverb demo, and I will run PHP artisan user. So basic I have set up with the breeze with normal blade.
mm,
So let's try to see the documentation of the reverb first. Or do you want to start documentation from the broadcasting? What do you suggest?
mm,
Like as a beginner, should I directly
you should start
start?
with broadcasting, I guess.
Directly with
Mm,
broadcast.
yeah, because like broadcasting will have like front end and back end both stuff, and you can see reverb at broadcasting too.
Oh, so for me, see, I have worked with the WebSocket a little bit. The app projects which I have worked till now, there was not a real requirement of a WebSocket, like a real to real connection. Like again, the project which there was some little real time requirement which we were using Laravel Eco and the pusher. So it was very simple. Like we just wanted to update something on the user to like once this export is ready or something like that. But for like very real time heavy app, I didn't have any experience of understanding how exactly this WebSocket works behind the scenes. So I know a little bit of WebSocket. It's a two-way connection. between your server client or server to server, like two between two different servers. And that's how that's the only thing I know basically. So I have like tried locally playing with tinkering with this stuff, but I never got a chance to work this with a production. So let's see
Hmm.
how far we can go.
Yeah,
So on
You
a
can
separate
you
trap,
can you can continue installing, but I will give some use case of how WebSocket was used in my project,
yeah,
no,
like
okay.
old
So
old
it's
project.
asking me to, do you want to install Laravel Reverb? So I just
Hmm.
wanted to understand if I install Laravel Reverb via Composer, and let's suppose if I want to debug something or if I want to use another Laravel Reverb, can I use that? Because my understanding is that at the end of the day, it's a WebSocket server, right? So even if we install it separately and just host it on a different server and then connect that server with that with our application, will this work? Or what do you
wow,
think?
yeah, it will work.
It will work.
It will work, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
So I will install it
Bas-
from Composer right now.
yeah. So basically, like it
Okay.
is a web socket, right? Its basic role is to connect two clients. Just that, like that's only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to ask everyone in the stream, like, are you guys able to see my screen font correctly, or should I increase or decrease the font?
You
I think
can
it's a
increase a bit.
YouTube stream, so maybe I think it's fine. I guess. No, no.
Yeah,
What is
yeah,
it?
just a bigger font is better. Yeah, always.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. So I will open this in Cursor. By the way, how many of you are using Cursor for like,
Mm,
Yes.
switch to Cursor
I
completely?
have after your suggestion I have moved to Cursor.
Okay.
no, I'm still
And how about
on
you?
the VS Code.
VS
This is
Code.
VS Code.
Same, like VS Code only.
No, no. I mean the VS Code with GitHub Copilot.
Yeah.
I guess we have already done this step, right? I think it was in the Composer script itself, the reverb install.
Yeah, even they I think build the dependencies for us. They create
Yeah, it's
broadcast.js, include it into the app.js, or maybe the bootstrap.js. I don't remember perfectly. You can see in the code.
yeah.
So
Mm,
I have a feeling that this will take too long because
okay. So
first we'll have to set up Reverb, make a
yeah,
working application. Then once the application is
yeah.
working, then we will have to go
Mm,
deep into the internals. So if you haven't worked with Reverb before, then I think getting started might take some time. So
yeah,
all the best.
So I have set up everything now. I guess we are at the step where we have set up everything. We have done the npm installation as well, npm run build. Now the thing which I guess we have to done is just send one event, right?
yeah.
Okay,
I
let
think
me.
I recommend you to open my GitHub profile. Go to the
Why your profile?
Yeah, I don't. Nepal, you there?
I think we lost him. Okay.
Okay. So let me first create a
Yeah, create a
broadcast event.
broadcast. Yeah, create a broadcast event. If you are done with all the installation, I think then it should be quick.
Yep, I am done with all the installation. PHP
Okay.
disable.
He has a demo project. Vikas is saying
Oh,
that's why I
okay.
think he's suggesting to.
Make event, paste event. Let's see if paste event has been created. It's not a broadcast, so we have to implement should broadcast, right?
yeah.
Yep,
By the
should
way,
broadcast.
I have
Yes.
to disable the completion. Okay. And broadcast on panel channel will just listen to general. So if I go to welcome.lead.php, so web.php, if I go to dashboard, I can.
Dispatch.
It's a dispatch method, right?
Yes.
Um, yeah.
Not this dispatch, right?
Yeah, this dispatch. Yes.
Yeah, you can use either uh, like
Dispatch broadcast
helper
is also
function.
there.
Yeah, you can also use a broadcast helper. Both are fine.
Yeah. So I have done this. So where should we listen to it? In our echo.js, right? And let's
No,
console log something.
yeah, okay, yeah, that we can do. But for that, we need to build our dependencies, right? Or
That's
we need to
already
run npm
that's already been
Yeah,
done. That's already been
okay.
done.
I think yeah, my connection was lost due to few minutes ago.
Uh, how do we listen it on the front end?
You can do
So
echo dot channel.
echo dot channel.
I think window dot echo dot channel. No,
No, it's
no, no.
Yeah, it's imported, so like
Sif only echo should work. Okay.
it's
so
fine,
let
right?
me go to app.js and
Yeah, that you can also do.
Yeah. Echo
echo.
dot.
There is no function called channel, I guess, on echo.
Hmm, I think there is one.
Yes, in broadcasting
Client events,
client events.
Yeah, echo
Yes.
dot channel is there, right?
it's there. Channel,
Yeah,
Yeah. So the public channel will.
okay.
Yes.
General, right?
Channel. Yes.
And let me confirm if we are doing on a private channel. So let me
Yeah.
do public.
simple channel.
Simple channel.
Okay.
No, no,
No,
no. Not
just channel. I
just
mean,
just channel.
Okay.
Sorry.
Freezing channel. Okay.
Uh,
Perfect then. Let me just run npm run watch npm run dev.
perfect. No,
you're using herd. No.
Yes, I
yeah,
am
I
using
can. Yes,
hard. Why this is broken? Let me open reverb.txt. Oh my
oh,
god.
nice.
I don't need to do this because I'm using hard.
Or
So is your project name Reverb?
no
I
folder.
need to link hard. I
Hmm.
need to link this basically. I don't specifically park all the directory.
But you parked whole project directory now.
That's
You
fine,
have
right? It's at the reverb, right? But it's
reverb
inside the
hyphen
reverb.
demo. Reverb hyphen demo. I think that's the
Just
directory
go and
name.
check.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yes. So now
yeah,
let's see. If I inspect, echo channel is not a function, and WSS localhost 800
echo
WebSocket
channel is
connection.
not. Mhm. But there is a option for channel. Or like try window dot echo maybe. I don't know. Like
Okay.
it should work.
Mhm. No, no. Only at that file window.echo is required, not over here.
Uh,
Yeah, like once
actually,
once we set the
see, but I
there
think
is
it is
echo. This
not working.
Yeah, this should work.
finished. I think for some reason it's not able to connect to that the live wire server.
Huh?
Sorry, the reverb server. So should we start a
But
reverb server also?
it's
We need to. I guess we
Reverb
have
dot
to
start.
start that
Yeah, you need to do reverb start, but uh,
wait reverb.
Reverb : start, yes.
Reverb.
but the
Okay.
thing is, still like the error is there is no method for channel, right?
No echo. Echo was not found. No, okay.
No,
Echo
echo
is
channel is not a function.
what is it?
There is a function you can see, right?
Is there?
But you can't listen to private event. See, you can scroll a little bit up and you will find like how it is listening to a public channel. And
You skip the documentation and this will
No, I'm
happen.
looking at documentation, guys.
yeah, this one, right?
Eco.join.
Join little bit up. Uh, I think
Echo dot channel exists. I can see that. Listening for
yeah,
the
that exists.
Okay, this is a presence
So
channel. Then there is a listening for events, eco.channel. Okay, it actually exists. You are not.
no, no, like we have developed a good amount of projects with WebSockets.
So now that 8,000 like that 8080 WebSocket error gone away. Now the only thing is type error echo channel is not a function.
I
That's
think you
I'm
should
not
try
sure.
window once, like window dot eco
Let me
once.
do this here. Yeah,
You
still
need to listen to event also, right?
that's what it's doing, right?
Uh,
no, no, no.
It's
no,
listening
There
on.
is
it's
a
just
listening.
listening to the channel only. So, if you're listening to the particular channel but not the event, you will get nothing.
So I need to listen to test event,
Yes.
and I will just console log. I will that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, guys,
It is
wait.
not. It is not configured correctly. So
Okay, let me download Laravel Eco again. Maybe I missed that.
yes,
I know.
Guys, you are checking the messages.
it will come from Bootstrap.
Like Vikas is saying the import is wrong.
It will come from
Okay.
Bootstrap. Okay.
So echo
Okay.
from Laravel echo.
So basically import eco.js. Okay, so eco.js is here. We haven't changed a single thing here. Like now it's like literally
You
a
just
fresh project.
removed eco, right?
Open app.js. Open app.js.
Yeah, so here
App.
is this eco getting imported. And
Open
app.js, I
app.js.
have removed that.
What have you removed?
The
Why
listen
why
function
you
that
have why you have a eco here? Hello.
it was there. Yeah, it
No,
was
no.
there.
Like in app.js, why we have eco in app.js?
We can remove that.
And just
We
paste it into the eco.js. You removed, I guess. Maybe do Control Z. Or
Eco dot.
yeah, now it will work, I guess. What is it?
no.
Let
Something
me
is
Channel.
listen to this.
something is off. No, no,
Yeah,
no. It's not like that. I was.
it
I was
doubles.
very.
Yeah.
I was very right. If we haven't
Now the error
configured it
is not
once,
coming up. The error
But
is
you
not
haven't
coming.
called the function channel. You need to call a channel function, right? You just
This is here, right?
use
channel
channel
function.
function and you need to provide a channel name.
Uh,
Cursor is auto
nice.
importing. So Vikas is blaming the ID.
Cursor is auto input. Correct. Uh,
I think.
now
I
it
think what
seems
you.
fine. Right? Yeah. Now it's
Echo
fine.
channel general, listen on test event and whatever, not
So
order
do you
name, but
see?
whatever is the event, just
Do
deploy
you see
that.
the event?
No, we
For
I
a
am
sake,
focusing
you
on
can
this one.
define properties, fake properties.
on the
What do
setting.
you mean by fake properties?
In the constructor, I mean. So
Okay,
you can like say
public
public $1,
public
and your
string text. Yeah,
dollar
and I will
text
define
is equal to something. Yeah, hello.
one.
Well, right.
So this is
So now
there now.
you have something. You will have a text into the event, so you can print that.
Yeah,
Now
but the
you are in a welcome, right? Now you need to go to the dashboard or just move the dispatch method to the welcome.
uh, I agree with you.
Okay, so
Perfect. I don't see
you,
console log anywhere.
So
no,
open the
still one thing is missing. Open the channel.php and define the channel route.
Ah,
Yeah, you need to define a channel here.
okay.
Define
dispatch
right?
needs to be after page is loaded.
No,
Because is
it
saying.
doesn't matter, right? Also, Vikas is saying something. Okay.
Dispatch the
Vikas,
event. Dispatch needs to be after page loaded.
you need
Hmm.
to define a closure which returns the true.
Dispatch like this, right?
It doesn't matter, I guess.
It is same. It is the helper. He had
Okay.
He put in the welcome. Dispatch needs to after page
I am
loaded. Dispatch the event.
let
Cursor is auto importing. Okay, he is correct actually. You need to open two welcomes. One with the like inspect or like developer tools, and one to refresh. Like what he is me like he's saying.
no.
create a
I still
different
didn't.
route for dispatch. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
one more thing,
Dis-
like I think you forgot. Yeah,
Dispatch.
that
Okay.
that's also fine. Yeah, that's also fine.
And we will
Uh,
not just return hello. Yeah. And we
semicolon.
will dispatch taste event here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Taste event.
Thanks, Vikas.
broadcast.
And broadcast or dispatch is the method. I'm just confused with that.
I think fine. It's fine. And I think you forgot to add a closer to the channel dot php. I guess it should return true. Channels dot php.
No, no, channels.php correctly
It
Vikas is
should
saying
have
that
a
it is.
closer. This closer is not supported in PHP. It's JS closer.
So
You should just write fn before parenthesis.
Yeah. 1 minute.
we can skip channels.php. I think Vikas is saying is right. Public channel doesn't need any
Okay.
definition. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
And I will dispatch it here.
it's
Why
not found.
the
Dispatch.
yep.
Dispatch. Okay, it's done. Okay, there is no output.
Open the network tab. Push cursor.
So
It.
the connection has been done. Now we have to see why the dispatch is not
Hmm.
happening. Like why the dispatch is we are dispatching event from
Uh,
here.
Go to the event. I mean, I think I need to check one thing.
This is a
There
should
is a should
broadcast event.
broadcast. Yeah, there is a should broadcast. So
Did you change .env?
change dot event. Hmm.
I think we should call Vikas on the stream. Vikas, are you free? I will send you a link.
I
Broadcast
think it's
connection is
fine.
reverb,
Reverb is fine.
and there is a automatically imported reverb.
Yeah, I think this all the things are fine. Looks fine. Hmm. So let's try again. Maybe reload the first tab and second, then after.
Yeah, I think so. Let me just quickly do one thing. Instead of despite, let me just try broadcast again.
Let's. Uh,
Should I
okay.
set up
No.
telescope? I still don't see any event. Let me
Rec-
refresh it.
See the
Let me see.
console.
Sorry?
See the console too. Console. Console
No,
level.
confirm.
There is
No, there is
there is
nothing.
no right.
Let
Mhm.
me just download Laravel Debug one
Uh,
quickly.
so like white is running, right?
Sorry?
White is running, right? I mean, just check.
Yeah, PT is running. Oh, sorry. My bad. Guys, we are doing
How do you
very bad on
how do
our
you do
first try.
how do
Oh,
I
finally, again, we get this eco.channel is not, and that's
yes.
on eco.js.
It's good to see error than nothing.
Exactly, exactly. So
So again,
eco.channel
we
for some reason, I don't know. Let me download Laravel Eco again. Maybe that's the reason it's not happening.
Exactly
no, I don't
like
think so.
Yeah,
Vaibhav even thinks that we haven't followed the doc correctly. Just follow the docs correctly. You were
and
you were jumping too
pusher,
quick from the docs. I couldn't even
pusher.js.
follow you.
It is
Okay.
doing something, right?
Yeah, it's downloading npm I Laravel Eco, then npm I pusher.js, and now I just need to restart a npm
NPM.
run day.
Yeah. So I think we don't need to change that URL like, in
Okay,
env.
follow the docs. Let me
Okay,
follow
let's
the
follow
docs,
the
guys,
options.
correctly now.
You could have done that 20 minutes back.
Yeah.
Mm, okay, nice.
So
That is
Node.js
already
is
done,
not
right?
there.
So you did
I think.
Yes.
reverb install.
Oh no, no.
Yes.
He did install broadcasting, so it does
Hmm.
everything for us in background. So
Exactly.
don't
That's what
think.
it's for pusher. The reverb is this one, which we
Let's
had
see
already
what
did. They are
let's see
asking
what
it to upgrade.
Vikas is saying. Oh, uh, Vikas left
So
us.
So now, what do you think, guys? What I'm doing incorrectly?
Let's see. I think you still try once window.eco. Mhm.
Okay.
That's
Hmm.
one thing.
no.
Chigar is saying no,
Okay.
but we should at least try.
Yeah. Then let's see. As see,
Oh, error
I
is
don't
gone.
see any issue. Yeah, error is gone for
But
some reason.
error is gone.
Let me see.
Uh, there is a connection.
Oh,
There was
we got something. We got something.
Jira by.
Yes, channel is general. There is no data.
So we are
Okay,
doing
so data is
something
missing.
something wrong. Definitely something wrong. That's why
So
we had to do
Windows.echo
window.echo.
dot channel is the correct one. I'm not sure
No,
why
no, hold
it's
a second.
working that way.
No, hold a second. So this window.echo.channel should be in app.js only, and it in
Um,
app.js it should be only echo.channel. So ideally we should
okay,
not touch echo.js because that is the client.
let's see. Yeah, it's working.
Okay.
Right?
Hmm.
But
No.
uh,
Yeah, it works.
let me see. Yeah, it's connecting here. It's pushing something on a general channel. I'm not even still able to see why it's not pushing the data. Let's see. Publishing text, hello world. We are doing general. Do we need to pass anything here? I don't think so,
No,
right?
no, no. We don't need to. We need to
Yeah,
pass there whenever we need some dynamic channels. So like, dynamic names.
yeah. Now I
Mm,
guess listen on taste event. Is this correct?
it is broadcasting, right? It is broadcasting something, right? Null.
Yeah.
So
Listening
there
for
is
events.
you need to add a dot before, but it's a very rare case, right? Like Mm, okay.
No, I'm
Can,
listening for test event. Is this the correct convention?
correct. It's a correct convention.
Test
Right.
event E and then console log E.
Uh,
So
what I
let
suggest is
me let me do console log here also.
I think
The hello
that
is
will work.
getting executed.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
you
my
can
bad.
also do hello at console. In like console inside the hello from general event or like kind of.
Yeah, but I think even if I dispatch I think there is something wrong with how I am dispatching the event. That's what I feel that
I don't think so.
So try
broadcast.
dispatch. Try dispatch.
Both are same, man.
I don't know.
Let's see. Both are same. If like there is a show broadcast is there.
Yeah, I still see the on their general channel there is something
So
pushed.
I
I
think we
think
should go.
this is not so. I think this is something. It is saying that your subscription is like you are connected to the channel. I mean that's it. I
Yeah,
think
that's it.
Okay, let
You
me let me follow the doc, guys. Broadcasting
again. Yeah.
event on
I think
the
we should check back
okay.
and forth.
This is how it works.
so
What
what different did we do?
it
That's
will take
exactly
a parameter. He means.
no. That's the parameter basically is by default is
Yeah.
there,
Yes,
but we
I
can
do.
pass hello.
Won't make
This
difference.
doesn't
Yeah,
make sense, right?
yes.
Uh,
Interacts
So
with
I think
socket.
let's define channel. See, it's saying that you should define a channel.
no,
Hmm?
it
Okay, let's
only.
try that as well.
All right.
Yeah, just
And
FN,
it should
FN,
only
FN, FN, FN. No, FN. For at place of
the syntax is text. Should this
no,
should
no,
be
do
like this,
control Z,
right?
do
Paste
control Z,
event
and no. Do
fn.
control Z. Yeah, FN true. So you are writing JavaScript. Bro.
I am confused right now a lot.
See, I think just say one thing. Do control Z 3 4 times and write function at place of fn at place of function. That's it. Yeah,
Okay,
do one
guys.
more. Yeah, just write fn at place of function. No.
Okay,
Do yeah, that is
this is
also fine.
correct.
Just you need to do
Function
return
Guys,
and
spelling is
semicolon.
incorrect.
Function
Function
what?
oh,
spelling is incorrect.
it's
Again
okay.
wrong.
Okay,
Huh?
now
Now it
yeah,
is
Now
right.
now
it's
it's
correct.
perfect. Reverb is on. I hopefully it will be on.
Yes.
I told from very beginning. You guys went too quick in installing broadcast.
Hmm.
I couldn't even follow.
Uh,
Uh,
okay, so what I feel that
yeah,
it's connected and it's just showing that it's connect listening on general channel, but our dispatch event for some reason it's failing.
yeah, it's failing.
I'm not sure
It is
why.
successfully failing. So,
Let
mm,
me quickly do this. So if we can trigger
what
it, the
debugger?
events are here. Yeah,
I think that will be a little bit more low level.
Debug
I
what?
hope they shows broadcast.
I don't know.
Or or if
No,
they don't,
I don't
then
know
we
I
about
need a
that.
think,
telescope.
bro, I think
Okay,
we are.
we get. So if we go to the dispatch request,
Mhm.
I don't think so. They show the which event we have.
I think we even didn't need that test event to broadcast on that particular channel. You can directly broadcast
What do you mean by directly broadcast?
anonymous events. Oh, let's keep that. I think. Hmm.
So,
See, I think you should do some DD at least in an event, in a constructor maybe.
so first, let me
Uh,
tell me first thing, guys. Like let's
yeah,
be going forward, right? Create a channel instance. Channel is something which we are
we
broadcasting the
don't
event
need
to, right?
we don't need it like currently as if you wanna do some more dynamic stuff, you need a channel class. Otherwise, it's okay. You can directly define a string with a like
Okay,
name.
right,
Mm,
right. Now I wanted to ask another question. Now, if we can do that, right? Uh, so this is the event we are like using right now. Should broadcast, and just
oh,
let me
oh,
check.
okay. No. I got the issue, and we will solve it in the within 1 minute. Go to env, change the queue driver to sync.
Hmm.
Give driver to,
Sync.
and
Classic
why is
issue
that?
because dispatch by default tries to
Yeah,
add it into the queue.
broadcast that by default. See, where
It's
are you?
a default database as a
No.
database,
I
right?
think queue connection is there in env. Queue connection is there in env. It is a
Database.
database after Laravel 11. It database. Otherwise, it was the same. Right
So
now, you
sync,
will
I need.
get all the. You need a big
Arey,
brains.
Okay, let me refresh. Let me go here and let me. I did it multiple times, and finally this is working,
Ah!
okay, it's
guys.
time. It's time. Bye bye.
Yeah,
We have learned good internals of Laravel Reverb. I know
right.
everything about React PHP now.
Now finally it's working.
Thanks, thanks, Pushpak.
Okay. Oh my gosh. So finally the text event and everything is working. Perfect. Now we will see why how exactly it is working behind the scenes, like how the server is sending the data and front end is receiving it.
In 15 minutes.
We have we have good 20 minutes, guys. 20-25 minutes. So let's hope
Yeah,
we
Uh,
will be able
we
to
can
do it.
I
stretch.
think we can extend. That's fine. I have I have
Yeah,
some time. We can extend and we'll see. This video will be
mm,
for future viewers, so
yeah,
probably we'll trim it
yeah.
in future.
Okay.
So, uh,
Perfect.
give me a moment. I will come in 5 minutes or 2 minutes. Right? Till that,
Sure.
you can start later.
So let me clone the reverb locally so that we can connect our reverb instead of the composer reverb. And then we will try to debug like how exactly like once the event comes up, how exactly the entire thing works. So before directly going into the code, so what I understand is that there is a WebSocket protocol, and there is in terms of that I was going through the reverb docs. Uh, So using the pusher protocol, I saw somewhere. Yeah, it's using the pusher protocol for WebSocket. I
Hmm.
casually
Yes.
search around that. So I came across this connection where they have like a specific schema for defining the protocol for defining the events, how exactly. And I guess Laravel team decided to do this because maybe like by default they were using pusher.js to like support all this broadcasting, right? By default option was to use the pusher, and then they just don't want to everyone to break that protocol, and they just wanted to shift everyone to this new thing. So they are going with this pusher protocol, and
So
it's
yeah. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
that's
Correct.
what I think, right? And I was going through the documentation. It's a fairly simple documentation. Like there are few things like if you are defining the if you send this event, right, your server should respond with the pusher pong. And I saw that also. After every single, after some time, right, this Laravel echo is by default checking that connection is alive or not. And this is
Hmm.
just sending pusher ping, and server is replying with the pusher pop. There are
So
few things.
if my understanding is correct,
Yeah.
pusher client, pusher this protocol is a wrapper around a WebSocket. Can I say that?
Kind kind of like you have to send, yes, exactly. It's a wrapper on top of WebSocket. So WebSocket you can send anything, any network
Hmm.
packet.
Yeah.
But a pusher you have to send in a specific way. So
Format.
like if you see
Yeah.
our event, like there is a channel, then there is a data, and then there is a event. And
Okay.
this front end of Laravel Eco, right? It supports pusher protocol out of the box. So that's why without any changes, right? Even with your previous code, you can just shift to Laravel Reverb without changing a single line of like, we just need to change the server.
Yes.
And yeah, everything will work out of the box. So if you see, right, there is like event you need to pass, then there is a data you need to pass, and then there is a channel. So that's all thing mentioned inside this
So
pusher protocol.
earlier, yeah, earlier things used to confuse me because WebSocket is also a protocol, and this they call pusher also a protocol. So my traditional knowledge, like it was in a conflict state. Like, what is this pusher protocol? Because we are using WebSocket protocol. So uh, now later I realized that it's simply a wrapper, and it is a common wrapper created by pusher team, which is I believe open source, and I think Laravel has used that same client, basic pusher client, which is a wrapper around pusher protocol.
Yeah.
So
So if you
there is a
sync, right,
pusher JS, yeah, pusher
HTTP,
JS,
WebSocket, everything is a wrapper on a TCP, which is TCP
yeah.
protocol. So they are a wrapper
WebSocket
on
is
top of TCP protocol, the WebSocket and HTTP, and then pusher is a wrapper on top of the WebSocket.
hmm,
Yeah,
okay. So
that's how.
pusher JS that we install, that is this wrapper on the protocol pusher protocol. Okay.
So pusher JS is a library to consume that client library to consume those
Hmm.
protocols. So basically, it's a library to
And
basically if you
and
are passing
echo.
any event from the server, so you can easily parse those using this pusher JS library. So any sort
and
of client library in
and what
of
does echo
sorts.
do? And what does echo do?
Echo is a wrapper on pusher JS
Uh,
basically to
uh,
support the Laravel
we
functionality.
we can say it gives us the sugar coated functions.
Yes.
Exactly.
So there
So
is we from TCP till echo. uh,
yeah.
there are just too
So
many
basically, if
wrappers.
we go to excalidraw.neo,
This is just obviously we are talking in a layman terms. Probably the terminologies might not be right, but just for
Yeah.
understanding purpose, like it will be like
so there
HTTP
is
to
a TCP
uh,
protocol. After in that TCP protocol, there is one protocol for a client to client and server to server communication called WebSocket. Now, this WebSocket is also very big protocol. Now, again, it's like you can use WebSocket for doing as many things, right? Like, I don't know if there is any protocol on top of the HTTP, right? Like, you have to send things in a specific order. So
no
maybe let's suppose
no
Open API is a
HTTP and WebSocket are kind of a sibling. They both are on
yes,
TCP. Yep.
yes. So no. What I wanted to talk about is basically let's suppose you have a uh, WebSocket. Okay, so WebSocket on top of WebSocket there is a pusher protocol, right?
Hmm.
So HTTP has something called as Open API specification. Like you just talk with a HTTP with specific specification. This is kind of a same thing, the pusher protocol.
RFC, I think you're talking about RFC and not open spec. The web server standard, right? You're talking about the web server
Yes, I
HTTP
guess
standard protocol. Yes.
yes, yes, and pusher sits somewhere in this small box.
Yes. Okay.
And as Punyapal mentioned, right, the pusher, like Laravel Eco is a wrapper on top of the pusher library. So to make connection with the Laravel ecosystem better, so
Hmm.
you can just consume all those events from the back end to the front end without doing heavy lifting of
So
yourself.
most developers, can I say most developers won't care about the structure or the API of pusher. They simply will care about the API of
Eco.
Laravel Echo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So, until they are onto some critical situation, they don't need to think about pusher, what pusher does, and like how they how it is working. Otherwise, Laravel Eco provides most of the stuff which pusher provides. Like we can say, like you can
Yeah.
call a method and you have that stuff in your hand directly.
All right. So
So you
this is
are
the
drawing
JavaScript.
Instagram logo.
It's okay. Pushpak, it's okay. We have understood. Thanks for the effort.
Yes. So it's for my understanding. So it's very interesting to see if there are any protocols such as pusher on in WebSocket, because I'm not sure. Do you guys know any protocol?
Protocol,
Hmm.
like I think we are saying wrong as calling protocol again and again, like maybe like WSS or WS is the protocol. They are just giving some like advantages over the WebSocket. I mean,
Which one?
This
like
pusher.
pusher, we are calling a pusher as a protocol, right? But I think it's 50-50, right? We cannot say that the pusher is protocol, or we may
Uh,
can say like, right?
it's okay. That's topic for another time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we are
Yes.
See,
now discussing. I think we are now discussing the JavaScript client side client part. We also
yeah,
have to go discuss about the backend part. So
Yep.
if you have
correct.
any other, if you want to go deep into JavaScript, probably we'll get back to this after we have looked at the backend part. How?
Yep.
Correct.
So
So
let me just
basically,
clone the reverb locally.
why go to the vendor folder?
Uh, can I debug from vendor folder? I haven't tried it before.
I don't know. I never
You
do
should
debug.
be. Yes, yes. I have tried. I've even changed.
Perfect then. So I guess the server starting command is this. So there is some connection happening with this reverb start command, right? So I will see where
Right.
exactly it's. So in the console, if I go to command, there is install
No, there is
command.
a install command. You need to go to the foundation, I guess, or kind of servers, servers, servers,
Servers,
I guess. Servers reverb.
hopefully.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. There it is a start server, restart server. Again,
Restart
it's
will be the webhook, I guess, mostly. That will clear the cache. Yeah, correct. Perfect.
uh,
What
so
is
if I
restart?
come,
Sorry, can you repeat? What is restart?
so
It is like,
basically
yeah, yes, yes.
it's just setting up a cache with the current timestamp.
So how does that
That's what
restart
it's
reverb
doing.
server? How does that?
That's what
See,
I wanted to understand.
basically, like sessions and all stuff are not communicate with two instances of the same application, but Catch can do. So what Reverb Start does, it per maybe per second or every request, it check first that the catch is set or not, and if it is set, it restart the reverb and unset the catch. Correct?
Probably we'll understand more after we look at the start server.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
See, I
just.
have understanding basic because same with the queue, right? Like queue restart works same basically.
Yeah, it's like it's connecting with the Redis instead of. Yeah, it's same basically.
Hmm.
So reverb start, there is a host, port, hostname, and debug. Oh, there is a debug also. I wasn't
Debug will
aware.
Oh
show error, I guess. Maybe. Let's see.
no, no. It
Debug.
will it will read. It will dump all the request real time. If you refresh, you will see
Yeah. Please refresh.
probably
Bro.
I
I
don't
don't.
know. Didn't do anything. Do I need to pass
Arey,
anything? Debug through? No, it's just
Um,
pass the flag.
hmm. I
debug
think
Oh,
there
with
should
it's
be a
there. It's there.
verbose or
It's there.
something. We seen it. Yeah, we seen it. But it is like you subscribe that like channel, right?
so what we
Okay.
see in the console of a client, like who is receiving the events, it's the same
Oh,
thing
yeah,
that we
perfect,
see here.
perfect, perfect.
Yes, see, app event, test event, data text, hello, channel general, control frame received null. Okay,
Yeah, true.
this actually is a better interface. We should have started with this. We could have debugged much more
Uh,
better.
You
so
all went too fast. You all were very confident.
Yeah, it's a rookie mistake. Noob,
All
we
right.
are noob.
It's okay. It's okay.
So
Happens.
this
And yeah.
this options debug basically it's just add a logger on that CLI logger. Wait, I don't think we want to go there, or should we?
yeah,
No,
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 no.
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 That's out of the
Okay,
scope.
then we just go to
Mm,
reverb servers dot reverb, and if I
config.
open
Get the
It gets
configs.
you can skip
basically
that part
getting
too.
the
Yeah.
Mm.
perfect, it's start a loop. And I know this because I have seen the React PHP. There is a loop. Loop is
Oh,
Event
nothing
loop.
but a yeah, the JavaScript event loop. It's same
Mm.
as a JavaScript event loop basically. If
so
we go
what
to
is
React
JavaScript
PHP,
event loop?
Set
oh,
interval. Yeah, that's it,
so
right?
basic,
Set interval, right? No.
so basically, what is there, right? The way JavaScript executes. So whenever you do all this asynchronous task, uh, state timeout, any kind of a promises, all these things, the main thread doesn't execute. So it gives that to the event loop, and then event loop actually just see how many tasks it needs to execute. It's just like an event
Yeah.
running asynchronous, like a while loop kind of a thing. And then that while loop will just come there, see if there is anything to execute. Okay, there is
Yeah.
something to execute.
So
Execute
like
it.
Go back
we
to
call it
go back
queue
to start.
worker, right?
Go back to start. I want to take a look at code. I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Loop.
So there is a loop gate. It's a loop, and it's
No,
being imported from the React
let,
event loop.
let me see where that variable heads. It, it
You
goes
need to
into
scroll down.
server
It's
factory.
server
So
factory.
it is trying to
Scalability. That is, I think, Redis.
creating a server. No, no, this reverb server itself.
Yeah, it's starting the server
Server factory. Okay,
factory.
server factory. Yeah, yeah.
So it is factory will create like create the class which is required.
That
Yeah,
loop. Yeah. Mm,
factory
It
make.
needs
There is a
to.
host port, host name,
there are
max
a lot
request.
of defaults.
Oh,
If you don't pass any loop, like basically
It's
you
not
will.
do it again, right?
And I guess they have done this because in future, let's suppose there is a better library than React, changing the entire
No,
event
no.
loop will be very much easy.
Mm, I think they may want to use same loop again and again, maybe to create when restart you restart the uh, server. I don't, I don't know. Maybe like
Okay.
loop instance will be the same, but like they will create new factory.
And
Can be
also,
possible.
I
I mean.
see one interesting thing. Basically, they are passing it a string also protocol. They are saying if the protocol match the pusher, and based on if that there is literally unsupported protocol. So the
Yeah.
Laravel team might be planning to start supporting another protocol very soon.
No, actually, like if it is in plan or not, that is what dinosaur developer do.
Yeah,
Dinosaur
I
like old developers.
yeah, it's like all these solid principles. Like I am seeing this implemented here. This very nice to see all this solid principle
You can
practices.
see like same stuff repeated again and again. Maybe if it is built up top of like solid
where
principles
where
and all,
are
you can
what
still
are we
say
discussing? Sorry, I lost. What are we discussing?
So basically, we are seeing that factory command. In that factory, we see there is a protocol to pass. Like currently, it's only support pusher protocol. So in future, if you want to support a new protocol, right, you just create another thing, just
Understood.
start supporting that router, and then just done with it. You don't need to change a single line of code anywhere.
And
So
he
okay,
was message was
what I
a little
do
bit
is
sarcastic.
I have understood what this factory does. So in the factory, the return, I directly take a look at the return new HTTP server, and then socket inside HTTP server they are passing a socket server.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know why the HTTP server is required, but that it is,
Uh,
and
it
try
is
to go back from that.
to
Okay, let me go to.
uh, HTTP server is required in like a pusher protocol. It's a part of pusher protocol, I guess. It like use first request as a HTTP protocol, like protocol, and from second request you start with WSS. I mean, like WebSocket.
Oh,
So basically, there is a config, it taking config, starting a loop and passing it to the factory. Now we come to factory here. Factory, we are again getting that loop. If there is not set up any loop, we are just gonna get
Yeah.
that again. There is a protocol we are seeking. If the protocol needs to, we will come to this later, and we will see option TLS. TLS is basically a security protocol. Uh, Basically, if you want to host it on a production, then you need some additional configuration, and your then entire thing become there is some additional configuration for that because your URI will change. In the case of TLS, there is like TLS
So,
added.
like if TLS is there, use it. If it is not there, wow.
Okay, now it's passing a HTTP server, and that HTTP
It is
server,
from Laravel. So it is created
yes,
by Laravel.
nice,
Mm. It again has a loop get.
perfect. So it's a server again, HTTP server, and protected server interface, router, protected max request size, and loop interface loop. What is this
So,
GC disable? I'm seeing this for the first time. Detected the
there
garbage
is
server
like
collection.
interface.
GCD, well, garbage
Gar-
collection.
Oh,
Basically,
Mm, nice.
nice.
That
Then,
I think we can skip that. Otherwise, we will get a skill issue.
yes. Now we create a server. We return that HTTP server back to the
Yeah.
start server method. And then after that server is there, there is this command called ensure horizontal scalability. I
I
will,
think that is for Redis, like to support Redis daemon.
okay,
Like
I see the pub sub provider. So what exactly? I saw that. So basically, when you can host like multiple reverb servers and you can connect them, and like whatever you are pushing to one of the reverb server, that will be just migrated, like broadcasted to all the other servers, right?
hmm.
possible
So, so what they have written, looking at the method name, horizontal, I think that is what it is. Like
scalability.
we can,
Yeah.
yeah, we can spin up multiple reverb servers, and then it will take care of the request.
Yeah, and it's also passing that loop thing. Okay, that loop
Hmm.
is
Uh,
interesting. Ensure stale
okay.
connection are clear. And basically, this is to make sure if there are any unneeded connection,
Hmm.
and we also don't want to go inside that.
Hmm.
Now there is ensure restart command is respected.
Let's see, catch cat.
Okay, so basically, if we restart it, it will s- push that into the cache. It will check this cache get it as it's a loop, right? It's gonna execute every single time. This is gonna check if there is a reverb restart cache, and I guess that's the same cache is being set in the restart server. Then we are adding periodic timer 5 seconds. It's just interval is a
Oh, how they get the last restart? Like, I mean, okay, so it is stored into the variable, right? Okay. Oh, come on.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. It's a cache. That cache key is the
So,
value of the cache is the last restart.
yeah, so this is something set interval, right?
Yes,
Uh,
kind of.
mm,
Gracefully disconnect inside periodic.
All connection.
uh,
Gracefully disconnect all connection. Then
uh,
stop the
so,
server. Then stop that this logging thing that stop server on host port.
yeah,
I
And
don't understand what add periodic timer is. This
let me
that
explain.
that's not on the loop.
I'm pretty sure this is the reactive thing. This is the
Yes,
React PHP thing.
it's a set
Ah,
timeout basically of
Yeah,
PHP.
no,
okay.
set interval of JS,
Set in.
Yeah, set interval. Exactly.
Ah,
of
Set
so
JS.
interval.
I'm still thinking that, yeah, yeah, you cannot.
every 5 seconds this will get executed.
I don't
Yeah,
know 5 second or 5 millisecond or I don't know. Like you should show
five
us very
seconds. 5 seconds. It's a number of second.
Uh,
okay. So still there is a chance there, like 5 seconds of uh, like reactivity will be there if you call or restart
Yeah.
mm.
So basically, if I go
on.
here,
So
I
basically, in
come here.
in basically it will expect every request to get fulfilled within that 5 second is what I've understood.
Yeah, I also think that. So if I
Mm, mm,
it's
I
kind of
think
a
yeah.
horizon terminate thing, horizon terminate, right? It's same horizon restart or horizon terminate, right? It's kind of same that. So it if I run this broadcasting reverb restart signal here,
Mm.
and it's just stopped after I'm not sure
But
how many seconds.
let me tell you one thing. Try and go to that test event. Right there, sleep 6 seconds and do restart. Like or
It's
maybe
Within
10 seconds.
10
So
seconds.
10 seconds.
within 6 seconds you will have to do a restart.
Okay.
or right ten
Now
seconds. I think
I have
you
right.
did wrong place. Like updated at the wrong place.
It's a
Here five
correct, right?
only. Here at 5 only. Go to the test event. Test event. Test event we
This
created, right?
oh,
Yeah. Here you should write sleep 5, sleep 10.
but it's a broadcast event. Like it's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, no, it will gonna do because it will. No, I think
I
so. Yeah, it
can
will. Yeah, it will not. It will not. Yeah, it will not.
See
I'll say
okay.
PHP
that.
mindset. See PHP mindset.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it will
cannot.
not gonna do anything. Like it is like after successfully dispatching the event, like reverb comes into the picture. So
It's just a
yeah,
safeguard basically. It's just a safeguard
Yeah.
to like all the connection doesn't index like just randomly. Let's suppose if you are doing chatting
like
and then you just
yeah,
stop the reverb and like no one can now chat anyone with anyone. That's a wrong thing. It's just taking
but
care of that.
I'm still thinking like why it's. But see, you can also see their stuff like gracefully function, right? So maybe what it will do, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Gracefully
there.
meaning when we speak like when we talk about gracefully, it means
That yeah,
wait
that I
for
know.
every request to get over. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just using Laravel behind the scene. It's going with all the connections which has your application made. After
channel
that,
management.
it's going all the channels, and then in that channels, it's just doing
Mhm.
disconnect, calling it
So again,
disconnect.
Hmm.
again, again. So one more question comes here, like in start of this, like skip this. You asked that is Laravel Reverb will work outside of the Laravel application, right?
Right. I
This
don't
seems
think so.
little bit tricky,
No,
right?
no, no, no.
Your
Can you repeat
event
that?
it means like if your Laravel application is not there in Reverb area, right? So Laravel application is totally different place. Here, your
Hmm.
application is at play like totally different place, and Reverb is running at another application, right? So
All
this will
right.
not gracefully close your event like all the channels, right?
This
It
will
will
Yeah,
not
not.
gracefully disconnect,
actually, but
gracefully
I have
disconnect your
another thing.
channels.
I have
Mm-hmm.
another thing. Yes, if your Laravel, if your Reverb server is on a different machine, right, altogether, but then I think that will work because it's an interface, right? At the end of the day, channel manager interface. So when test event is serializing, right, it's broadcast on. If I go to broadcast on and see how many,
You cannot see that method.
Hold a
What they do
second,
is they check
Punyapal.
that yeah, yes,
That can you go to that start server again? So this, right, this doesn't, all this code doesn't check, even go through our framework, like the typical framework code that we have. This is, this, all this code is reverb code itself. So nowhere,
uh,
it won't,
let's
it won't
but
matter where our application is hosted. This is the reverb, the web reverb server is aware of all the connections, etc., etc., and that is, it is what trying to disconnect.
possible, possible.
that is
Yeah, yeah.
something I also think because this application provider is of not a Laravel class, it's a Reverb
Yeah, yeah,
contract.
100%, 100%.
Yeah, yeah,
So
but like
this standard reverb package, right, it can be installed on another 100 another server, and it will take care
so
of that. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So basically, to make clear, we need to like know that what actually channel manager has, right?
yeah, we can we can check. It is an interesting thing.
It's an interface, so I need to see how many are using that interface.
That in
No,
that,
no, you
yeah,
can go to that particular function maybe. No, no. Uh, Go to the like start server command.
Yeah.
Yeah, from where that gracefully it's oh wild.
so this is a contract
Mm,
itself. This is a contract
yeah,
itself, and it is being binded. So go to service provider. In this package, go to service,
yeah.
some
Service
their
provider. They
re-
must bind
re-
it.
or
Channel.
the service provider manager. Below there is a service provider manager.
No, I think you need to find the application manager service provider. Ah, that's one. That one, right?
Yeah,
Application provider,
this one,
application
right?
manager is there.
Above,
No,
above,
that
above.
was that
Which
was the
one?
channel manager. Channel manager
Oh,
So
or what?
this application provider, if I go, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is one. I guess. Go. Go to the
Then there
manager.
is a channel, uh, and channel man, I guess.
No, no.
yeah.
You can find like it is extending manager. What is the manager? Go to the application manager definition. There is a manager. So it must
It's a
be
Illuminate support, the Laravel manager.
oh that one. Yeah. Basically, okay. So basically, what it is doing that it is just collecting the all collections connections.
Yes, basically what I think is, uh, if you go here, reverb.php, there is option of app. So
That's
if your app has like I guess you have to, if you are using 2 3 server, right, you have to add extra apps here, like
mm,
something like
no.
this.
No, that is not.
Hold,
It is
hold a second.
built
Sorry,
for.
sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
yeah,
Did we find channel manager file?
Let me just start with the PHP
yeah.
file.
That will be awesome.
When
I
did
think
we
VS Code is oh,
we lost
uh,
Pushpak?
push Pushpak left the pusher connection. Like,
Pushpak went.
see, have you seen the comments? Someone said that yeah, it was a Instagram logo.
Yeah, that's Anand.
Anand,
I
yeah, Anand.
believe. Anand, yeah, yeah. He's active Laravel Pune community member.
Okay.
Yes,
So there are two viewers right now,
two.
two watching, and one of them is
And
me. I think I should keep it as a secret.
we'll wait for Pushpak
Mm,
to join.
yeah, yeah, I think we seen a contract, right? The channel manager contract.
Channel manager contract. Yes.
Yeah. So like basically in panel discussion at Laracon AU, some like Taylor was saying we were going to drop the all contracts.
Contracts for what? Sorry.
All contracts, I mean contracts, the interfaces.
Okay.
Like initially they were thinking that Laravel's all facades and all will be used as a like individual components, right? But
Hmm.
at flies and everyone started embracing the framework, right? And they think that now contracts are not needed at all.
Okay. Interesting take.
Mm.
Con- Nice
So
confidence.
we are again on the start command.
Now we can see connection. I
Just
think connection, you should look at the connection.
Hey, you can directly search Ray. Search in the vendor directory.
That you can do, but I think I don't know. He has a PHP Storm right now, no?
So
yeah,
directly search.
He should,
Direct search for channel manager. What are you doing?
yeah, yeah. 1 minute, 1 minute. I'm doing one thing.
channel manager was clickable, so he will click
Yeah,
first.
now I can see all the array channel manager.
References.
Now we
Oh,
know
okay.
why PHP Storm is PHP Storm.
Exactly. There
And
is a better intelligence.
yeah, even like see, people say like PHP Storm's AI intelligence is better for PHP developer, right? Other than Cursor, I mean, Cursor. I don't know why people use Cursor. I'm still okay with GitHub Copilot. And people say like if you are using PHP Storm, you don't even need a GitHub Copilot.
For me,
Uh,
I
so
think, see, when,
there is a different where there that's a different topic. I honestly it would take more hour. We should
That's
focus
why we
on.
need a Jigarbai.
We can continue with channel manager. What is it? What does it do?
so channel manager is basically a array channel manager. What I'm thinking, it's keeping in the memory all the
Hmm.
connections
Uh, okay.
So
and
we may have a database driver in future, right?
might be database or any Redis, anything. I don't think a
Redis
database
is
is a
there. Redis is there,
Redis.
but like I don't know how they use it internally.
So
yeah.
okay, but
So the,
why would there be any other channel like array? If my understanding is correct, everything is stored in memory,
Yeah,
the server's memory, all the channel
yes,
connections.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
I think that's a nice way because it's a long running process. So memory is actually gonna consume gonna
Yeah,
it's a memory heavy application now. It's not
memory
a
heavy. Hmm.
yeah.
So
So
if
it's getting this connection method
hmm, all right.
and it's like getting all the channels. Channels is nothing
Static
but the
property.
yeah, it's just a channel. Yes, static property.
Mm, okay. So
No, it's
they so
very okay. Yes, it's like again creating an application on like there is an app. So basically, you can connect multiple Laravel app with a single Reverb server also. You're getting my
Yes,
point.
yes.
So each application will have its own channels and it's storing all the application in a like application, then channel. It's a, like a tree kind of a
Oh.
thing. Then
So what
one
app?
application.
So what is the unique identifier for the application?
See, we have application and applications both, right?
ID. What is the ID? I see
Okay,
ID.
Key,
applications.
ID, key.
Thing. I think
All are
this
the
is a
properties.
this is
Just
this
just curious.
this
ID
is
will be
app
socket
ID.
ID. I think so. ID will be the socket ID.
Ping
Hmm.
interval
Socket
and
ID.
everything. What I see, right? Channel manager application. Ping
Uh,
interval activity toggle allowed origin max message size.
hmm. So
Okay, so Vaibhav is saying
application.
that each connection channel creates a new file on a server. If we just left, that is it. So basically, it's storing in a file. Basically, not in a memory. It's storing in a file. So that's nice. And string ID. If I go to ID, let me see where it's being saved. It's a app ID.
We run into the issue of max index scale. Max
Reverb
what?
app ID.
So
Max inodes
reverb
at scale.
reverb
So
app
base
ID.
tooling does all cleanup. Okay. So there is a reverb app ID. So there is a extra environment variable which you need to pass to the reverb, which will
Okay.
which is able to identify which app this connection belongs to.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So
So
all these steps are skipped because Laravel does this for us while installation. So we forgot about it. So I recollect now. So every basically every app will have their own app ID. That's what that
yes,
reverb underscore app ID is, and that will when making a connection to server, basically that will be its unique identifier. All right,
yes.
understood.
Hmm. True.
So my understanding is that you can host a one reverb server. You can connect multiple Laravel app also with different IDs, and
But I
it,
think,
it will work.
mhm. But that for that use case, web sockets are better. Sorry, webhooks are better. I mean, for that particular
Mm,
scenario, I mean, to
mm.
connecting
We'll
two Laravel
we will
applications.
digress. We will digress from the topic
Okay.
again.
So
Yeah.
basically, it's doing connection, and every connection is calling a disconnect function. So I will just see if there is a disconnect function on the channel.
We will ask our viewers what is better, webhook or WebSockets, in what cases.
So basically, there is a remove method, unsubscribe from all, channel remove, which is just doing a
One more
I think at least I
no,
have understood now. This channel
gracefully disconnect.
manager.
Right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
it's
how,
basically managing the connections. Basically, like the name
Yeah,
suggests, we can
manager.
move channel manage move up
okay.
like
Okay, then there is a pulse event. I don't think we need to go there. I guess this is that pulse card
Mm,
which you can
out of the scope.
install.
no.
Telescope
Telescope
entries.
is also
Is it?
something I don't.
Can you check that again? Can you check pulse event? Is
For
it really
pulse,
there?
Yeah, it's Pulse, Laravel
Oh,
Pulse.
oh,
even
okay. We'll
there are live views are also there. Uh,
Yeah,
like
it's
there is one
basically
folder
making
called
that.
there is one folder called pulse at bottom, last
Yeah,
second
I
last
see that.
live.
Yes, I think that's the basically it's just
So
doing that same thing, adding a add interval and just making that ingest thing. Basically, it's just having all these things where you can just see how many connections are there, how many channels are
yeah.
there, how many people connected. I guess that's being ingested over
Mm,
here.
okay. Yeah, but
And
like
the same thing.
where one thing that where it is checking that pulse is enabled or not, or like maybe is it checking something?
yeah. Laravel bound pulse. So if
Okay,
the
yeah,
package is
got it.
installed or not, is the package is installed or not?
Otherwise,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think
it's packaging.
if I'm not interested in reverb's data, right, for a pulse, right, I should be able to disable pulse for the reverb, right? Only reverb. I mean,
I think they might be checking that based on that we have to add that enter in the uh,
cons-
pulse.php file, right? Based on that, they might be checking that. I'm not sure. Maybe here they are seeing in that pulse
see,
class, but that's out
that
of.
yeah,
So if
no,
I've
that's all.
understood your question correctly, what you're asking is the pulse who is managing pulse, if they don't want reverb events, they should be able to disable. Correct?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
agree.
I can't see that option.
but
So
why
it's
would
a
that
good.
be over here? It would be inside pulse,
No, no,
right?
it should be here. No, no, not the pulse. It should be here because everything is managed by reverb itself.
No, no,
There
we
is
are looking at reverb package. So currently we
no,
are
no,
looking at reverb
no, no. I
package.
mean, if you create a custom pulse card, right, you need to manage everything by yourself. So there is a custom cards. There is a recorders, which is also created by the reverb. So disable and enable option should be also in the reverb, not the pulse. And
But
even
no, but you do so though the reverb is probably providing those ready-made class components in simple
no, no,
terms.
it is not just providing, it is also recording. If it is pulse is there, it will record.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, we
but
can,
but
yeah, we
but
can see later.
the management, right? According to me, management should be in control of the pulse. Like if I want to read from reverb or not, is what my understanding is. We'll
Okay.
come back to this.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically, if it's pulse is installed, so by default, it's assuming that I need to record this. So I
yeah,
don't think that's
that's what
a
happened.
So
that's
And
a good thing. I think
you can work on a pull
al-
request then.
yeah, yeah.
yes.
But and logically, I think it is not handleable from the pulse, uh, right?
Yes,
From the
yes,
current
it's
one.
not. Yes, it's not. You just add in the pulse section, you just add that recorder thing and the that recorder, that's it. The
Yeah,
live wire component, and I think that takes care of everything.
yeah,
So yeah, it's a nice PR you can do to Viva. Maybe
All
any
right,
one of us can do.
let's
yeah.
move
Then,
on to
yeah, then basically that server, whatever the server factory has written, we just call a start command on that, and the start command, it's just starting that event loop. Now, the major thing what I understood is basically is that loop is doing all the stuff, and that event loop is the thing which is kind of important, which is kind of a bare bone of this because that loop is just calling a run here.
hmm.
And if we
Can
go to
you
the
Uh,
can you do
you
one
also
thing
got
for me?
the
yes,
yeah.
Now I think like you mentioned, loop is the one thing that does the major lifting. So can we go to React PHP and loop documentation?
He is already
see
okay.
here,
Documentation.
you can see here.
Okay.
Clue
I
Roy.
will just
So what mm, does this?
run the
Mm,
event loop until there are no more
yeah,
tasks to perform. For many
mm,
applications, this method is only directly visible invocation on the event loop. As a rule of thumb, it's usually recommended to attach everything to the same loop instance and then run the loop once at the bottom of the end of the application. And that's what I guess that's why they are
Hmm.
passing loop everywhere. Ensure horizon scalability, ensure stale connections, and that's why that loop is being passed everywhere, starting from the server, starting from that all the intervals, so that only one that event loop being created.
mm,
Hmm.
correct.
Likewise, it's imperative to ensure that application actually invokes this method once. Adding listener to the loop and missing to actually run it will result in the application existing without actually waiting for any of the attached listener. This method must not be called while the loop is already running. This method may be called more than once after it has explicitly been stopped. Okay. So
Okay,
basically,
automatically stop.
yeah. So there is the stop function, so you can call stop on that event loop. And I
Mm,
guess that's what happening when the ensure still connection state. I guess there is something called when it might be listening on that uh, uh,
mm,
standard input to see if that control
Yes.
C is being
Handle
placed on. Yes,
handle signal.
exactly. And then it's just
Windows.
handle signal, gracefully
What
Gracefully
is it?
disconnect
disconnect.
all the things. Again, again, I same thing. Handle
No,
Windows.
no,
signal and
gracefully go to gracefully disconnect. Hold a second. Go to go to gracefully disconnect.
Ah,
I didn't see the function. Yeah,
this is the
here
same
in
function
the
which we
that
use
is
now.
what the function is here.
hold a second. So in the disconnect method, can you go inside that disconnect method?
Mm, that one. That must be a stop function.
Yeah, in there
So
somewhere.
it's an application where there is a sorry channel
Disconnect
manager. We are making
for
channel
each
manager for
application.
application, and then we are
Their
getting connections.
functions and
How
collecting the connections and calling disconnect method for all the
No, stop won't
that
be
one.
here.
Yeah, go to that definition. Connections definition.
yes, channel connection manager. And where is stop method?
Another interface.
No,
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 there is
no.
a
This is
disconnect method. I mean, there should be a for. See, four. First method. First,
For
first. Yeah, four. Yeah, go
for
through that.
channel connection manager.
Oh
So
my
it's a
gosh, it
name.
is just no. They are doing for all. I mean, something like that.
So
so,
Uh,
again,
no.
this
You are right.
for
Laravel
This is
channel
different. This
manager,
is different.
for
which is array
application.
channel connection manager. Here you are getting channel connection. Okay, got it. Channel connection is the name. Why I'm not able? Okay. Connection staying. Okay, why is there is
Well,
no
you need to go to connection. My
But I think
gosh,
there
no,
is
no, no. I think you guys are right. So here it's only about the connection.
this
It
disconnect,
doesn't talk about
terminate,
stopping the loop. Stopping the loop. It doesn't talk about that.
it is doing
terminate.
now.
What is
So
Where is
terminate?
it?
terminate is again abstract function
Abstract method.
and which is doing connection
Close.
close. So connection
Close.
close is being
Now
that connection close.
close will have a stop. Oh my gosh.
Connection close basically is it's going from the message if
No,
OP co
no, no,
frame
no.
interface.
I think you guys were right from the beginning. This is responsible for only disconnecting. Yeah, the handle signal, previous connection.
And what if
Ideally, this,
previous go
So, what I understand is, if I am using your application and your application is using Reverb, so I am opening the connection, right? So, whenever you call a restart, I will lose the connection.
Yes, so basically this is a function of this interface called signable command interface. Whenever you have to listen on this signal interruptions, right? You have to add this command. And
Right. So,
if
loop
I
will
go
be still
here,
running in the background.
yeah.
yes, and then stopwatch
Uh,
start, the command handle signal, it will just stop event here. No,
nice. This is the
it's
one.
gonna,
This is the one. This is the
Event
loop
now,
event. This is the loop event.
no, it's
but
not
now
loop,
here
it's a symphony component.
No,
stopwatch
but
start.
it is the loop event, but
What is start is written in start function loop.
What is stopwatch? Stopwatch.
we have so much to
What
learn.
Uh,
is I can't go to this stopwatch thing. I don't know for some reason
I
it's
think
not.
you should directly go to the start function. There will be inside the stopwatch, right?
It's just start and start major and stop major to calculate the time.
Hmm.
what it returns. We need to see what it returns. I mean, oh my gosh.
It
Yeah, what's
returns start. What is? But there is no start
start?
method on that. This is not a correct stopwatch. This is not a correct stopwatch. Let me
Oh
go
my
to.
gosh. It's a component, right?
Hold a second. Traceable command. Hmm. I doubt if this class is also even responsible for closing the loop.
No, it isn't, right? It isn't. Uh, so basically, it is nothing but mm, PHP way to count a seconds. That's it. Like
This one.
from how
This is
many
finally I see
stopwatch.
a exit. PHP exit. Finally see I see a PHP exit command. Yeah.
Ah,
And
yeah.
then that exit, I guess, when we do that loop, that's gonna
Signal
stop the
rejection.
loop.
So somewhere also there is a possibility where there will be register shutdown function being uh,
Mm,
uh, utilized, and in that they might have closed it. So every time a PHP shuts down, there is this method called register shutdown function. There is a
mm,
possibility that they have used that.
possible. Yeah.
I think
So
Yeah.
so.
I think we should contact Joe Dixon for a future collaboration.
But there is just
Yeah.
too much. It's very difficult.
Yeah, I think when we write such application, how do you start thinking going for this? Like, let's say if I need to write tomorrow, let's suppose this Laravel Reverb from scratch, and how do you think of writing this from a scratch? Like, we are going through the code, we can definitely take an inspiration, but if you want to go through it, like, how do you think you can start writing such application without pulling your hair? Like, you don't know all these things. You are
So
looking at these things for the first time in your life. Like, what is all this loop and everything? How do you go ahead and just start writing all these things?
so I think first and foremost the clarity for whom this package is, like, is it for developer, is it for client, like what is it, what purpose it is solving. From
I'm
that I
thinking
think.
the same thing. Let's suppose we are at the start of the internet and there is literally no WebSocket thing.
Hmm, yeah, so probably then we can start, like,
I
obviously
think
we'll have
yeah.
uh, to be able to think out of the box. First we need to be aware of what all the things existing web has, and what
Mm,
problems we are facing, and after that
mm,
probably we'll solve it. So how WebSocket was born, basically, there was only one way communication happening from client. Like, client was always asking for server.
yeah.
Someone then thought, okay, now we also need a mechanism where server should be able to send a message to client. Then a WebSocket
I
was born,
think yeah.
probably other protocol.
So
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 we need to be
basically,
aware of, yeah, we need to be aware of many things to be able to think out of the box.
I think like between web sockets and HTTP, right? WSS and HTTP, there is one thing middle is server sent events, right? Kind of stuff.
Yes.
Hmm.
So which is
So
basically other hand of WebSocket, right? Like server directly communicating with the client, right? Kind of. I haven't deep dive into it.
Yeah,
same,
there is
I
that
haven't.
SSE thing.
But how, if I probably will digress a bit, but how, in a simple, if you can explain in a simple term, how does it work behind the scene? Does it keep the connection on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
connection will be the one, but what will happen? Like server will tell the client something has happened on particular event, but
Hmm.
client cannot directly communicate with the server. Kind of, I don't know, maybe something like similar. I haven't deep dive.
Hmm.
I know something like that is like present in the web.
Hmm.
Pushkar
All
is
right. Probably this.
checking some.
Yeah, we'll check it later probably, and it's already
Yeah,
too late.
Yep, I think for one day I think we have typed we have just explored a lot, I guess. I think we still have a lot to explore. Like it's not a one day thing to just deep dive into this. But I really like the entire thing till now, like how exactly it has been
So what I
coded.
say is, we should take care that our ENV is properly set before start working. Correct? It
Yes.
can save a lot of time.
Yeah, for sure.
So what
For sure.
can we summarize what we have apart from installing Laravel Reverb? Can someone
Apart
summarize
from
what we have learned?
installing,
I
I
think,
think
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
Gita.
go ahead, Nepal.
No, no, mine was not related
Yeah, so
to the conclusion.
what I really want to look at is this React PHP stuff a little bit in more detail because that's what doing the most of the stuff. Starting the loop interface, then I was just going through this HTTP server also, like which is just doing if you go to this Reverb factory, it's just a wrapper on top of the HTTP server. So I also wanted to
Hmm.
see why they are using HTTP server,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
I think WebSocket is a different protocol than HTTP, right? I am not sure if that's correct or not.
See, hmm, there where pusher comes. Pusher added HTTP into the WSS, right? So first request will be the HTTP, and from that, like other all requests will be the WSS. That's what I have read, right?
Okay, so I get it. What you are trying to say is basically you have the pusher basically WebSocket connection, but instead of creating a WebSocket connection from server to that WebSocket server, what it's doing is it's connecting via HTTP,
Yeah. So
and
first request
then
will
that
be of HTTP.
HTTP is just taking care of uh, transferring to all the channels and all. So
WSS.
and
Yeah.
basically you're creating a at the end of the day you are creating a API endpoint which you're gonna get the packet. Based on that packet information, you're gonna pass to the different things. Basically, if based you will check the packet information. Let's suppose if you want to broadcast this to all general channels, so then you have that logic in the reverb to broadcast this to every single channel. And
Yeah.
it's not actually a WebSocket to WebSocket like a true WebSocket connection. It's just a wrap. I guess it's a helper functionality on that wrapper, right? That
Someone should note, like in this stream, how many times we have used the term wrapper today. All right.
right.
But yeah,
So,
Okay.
I
or
to see I
yeah,
to
one.
summarize what Pushpak was trying to say, what I've understood, and we'll come back to Matt's hamster. Hold a second. So to summarize, what uh, what Pushpak is trying to say is this is again there is no direct WebSocket to WebSocket communication happening. In between, they have Reverb server starts the HTTP server, which does the communication basically. Uh, Transforming the regular request to WebSocket and then uh, get it back is what I have understood. So HTTP server
Yeah.
Exactly.
is still in between. Okay,
So,
all right.
what HTTP's role is to confirm
Hmm.
that the channel is exist and it is authorized for the particular user.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, you can do some dump and check. In the meantime, I will have a word with Matt's hamster. So he's asking, what is this project about? So can someone simply summarize what this project is about, or should I
It's
go?
just yeah. You can go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
I'm
can.
assuming you are from, you know, PHP, and I'm assuming you are new to Laravel. I am assuming so. Laravel is a PHP framework, like it provides all the goodies, like all the helper functions, not just function but classes and even the modules like auth, etc., etc. Now this now in the traditional web app, uh, there is there is no real time communication that happens between server client, like in at least in basic PHP application that we know. We usually fall back to Node.js, Socket IO, etc., etc. So this is what this project is, Laravel Reverb. It's similar to Pusher, which existing package, like it's a WebSocket server where the communication is happening, yeah, via that. I might have cut short a bit, but in simple terms, we are talking. This Laravel Reverb is a WebSocket server, and it is part of the Laravel ecosystem, and we are trying to deep dive into that. Probably, yeah. Punyapal, if you want to
We are
correct me
trying.
if I have, yeah,
No, we are trying. Yes.
we are trying to learn here live. Yep. All right.
No,
Taking
I
back to
think
Pushpak.
this is very intelligent thing what they have done. Instead of connecting a two-way WebSocket connection, they are just dispatching all, broadcasting all this to the server, and then that server is taking care of broadcasting a WebSocket, like creating that WebSocket connection with all these different clients. Eh? Like so, basically, the Laravel Reverb is not even connecting with your Laravel application. It's just a HTTP protocol between both of this. The actual thing is being taken care by the Laravel Reverb when it's
One more
actually
thing.
starting a website.
Mhm. One more thing. I guess this is also can be used like you are dispatching the event, right, from
Right,
the server. Server will call HTTP request, right, to the another server, or we can get same server which has a reverb, right? Like instance which
right,
is running the reverb. So that can be the HTTP and client side is WSS. It can
right.
be the same too.
Hmm.
Also, I wanted to ask one thing. If we are sending the a request to this, right? Uh, if we have a telescope and if we just log all this request to telescope, will that work? What do you guys think?
They
I
are
need to try
already
that. But
doing. They are already doing. Check that telescope stuff.
no, no,
There
no.
is
What I mean
one
by that,
function.
this request we did, right? If you can see this request,
No,
will this
yeah.
request will be logged into the telescope?
That I got, but like what I am saying is first let's check what they have in that telescope function, their telescope
Right.
function. So if they are doing same, then there is no need to check, right?
I I think they will
So,
skip because this will too verbose. This will be too verbose for a end user client to look at. Like
hmm,
is what my
yeah, that's what
understanding is.
they are maybe just doing um, event calls. They are maybe just logging event calls like channel and dispatching events. I think I never used telescope for that particular
Even
stuff, so I
even I haven't
Yeah,
used.
we have to see. But it's very much interesting. I guess we definitely get the next point to look at,
I
like
think
the
we were on the conclusion, right?
yes.
He wants to sleep.
No, no. My sleep cycle is changed now. I can like stretch more. Otherwise, I was guy who sleep at 10 o'clock every day, even
Hmm.
on Sunday. Mostly
Nice.
it's 50-50 on Sunday. But now
Yeah.
mostly like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock is away.
Hmm.
It's
All right. I think telescope, if it is not solved within next 2 3 minutes, probably we'll skip it.
No, it's not. It's not being logged into telescope. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
It's being
Eh,
logged into the event page, but not into
yeah.
the
yeah.
HTTP.
So if
Uh,
my understanding is correct, telescope is looking at specific HTTP request from Laravel, and like not the generic, the and even Laravel, what when they make
mm,
HTTP request, they don't go through the standard route. They are probably going through the different route, and that's why telescope is not able
I
to
think
listen to it.
they must using HTTP client, right, to do that.
No, if they were, then probably telescope is will
No,
read it then.
I think we need to now go to
No,
the
no.
not reverb broadcast in future. I mean, what
In future,
broadcast does, what
in
broadcast
future,
method do? Yeah,
in future, probably
because
we'll
I
take a
think
look at it. Why it is not, why telescope isn't aware of the this HTTP request. Yeah,
we
Yeah.
good
can clear
question.
in 2 minutes. if you like know where actually that class is present in Laravel framework, it will be
Mm,
in the Laravel framework, right? Like, the broadcast function
yes, broadcast. That's a
function
1 minute.
small b.
Paste event. Should
Hmm. No,
broadcast
no,
on,
okay, no, that
broadcast.
all no, no, no.
This
Uh,
notification broadcast on. You get channel and broadcast on. You get that broadcast on, and
I
then you just
think you
okay.
are checking.
This is not a notification.
Yeah, you, you need to check directly into the. Yeah, this is the one. Broadcast via connection payload. See, there is a payload. Payload
What
word
are
is
we
there. I mean, something is
what
some
are we
HTTP.
checking? I'm too lost. What are we checking?
We are checking where exactly the broadcasting
Broadcast,
is happening. Basically, if we are
broadcaster,
doing
pusher
broadcast,
broadcaster. Go into the
yeah,
pusher broadcaster. So
resolve
there is a
authenticated user or valid one.
Jigger is not happy with this at all, but
No,
yeah, this
it's
is the
okay.
broadcast. Okay,
Okay,
now,
channel chunk push trigger. This pusher
now we
trigger,
need to check the trigger.
and that's because we are doing using pusher. I guess pusher has its own guzzle, and if you are
Yeah,
using guzzle, then the telescope will not log it.
perfect.
I told you already. It is using a different HTTP request.
Yeah, so that's
No,
that's nice thing.
yeah, I thought we are checking that how it is doing HTTP request.
It's using guzzle. That's what I'm
Yeah,
pretty much sure.
that's all.
It's guzzle HTTP. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
that's a nice thing. But I guess now we know why it's not being logged here. But
Hmm.
that's a
And
good
now,
starting
yeah,
point.
it's perfect. Okay. Ah,
Anyone wants to
Punyapal,
conclude the screen?
yeah, hold
yeah.
a second. Punyapal, are you aware how much time it took Joe Dixon to wrap this up? Whole reverb thing.
I think you see, Joe Dixon was having some advantage because there was one package like called Laravel WebSockets, right? So
Still,
most of the
like, still,
things,
still, how do you have any like from your by being active in the community? Are you aware
mm,
of the number of days
We can
it
do
took?
that easily. We can do that easily. We can just look at the commit history.
Ah,
yeah,
nice idea.
committed.
And
So now
because
again, you are sharing screen or just checking the
no, just checking,
Yeah.
just checking. No, no screen sharing. Probably you can
WhatsApp
you can conclude Punyapal.
conclusion. That's a hard part for me
So yeah,
because I
because
whenever I do
this was
conclusion, I start new topic.
this was so unstructured that it's difficult to conclude. But let me try. Let me let me try. So what we did was we spent half an hour in installing Reverb. then uh, then we
Yeah,
understood.
you should
Then we understood.
add a
Uh,
comment.
so Reverb is a wrapper around React PHP. Yes.
No,
Yes. It's a wrapper or about around
no,
like
no,
it's used React
it's
PHP,
using
WebSocket,
React
everything.
PHP.
In
It's
short,
using
yes.
React PHP.
In short, it is using. Yeah. So wrapper is like, literally someone needs to count how
I
much
see
time
many
they've used.
many WIP commits, work in progress commits. So
Okay.
you can see.
So 1 November 2020 was a first commit that called scaffolding.
Scaffolding.
Mm,
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Yeah,
Then
the
he
web
just
developer.
said WIP, 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 lots of WIP.
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
You shared the
So,
screen.
all right. So, yes, in short, Reverb is a wrapper around React PHP, and I was concluding that. Um, so yes, we installed Reverb, and then we took a look. We had taken a look at this file start server,
Yeah,
because and that is what we have only that is the only thing that we have gone through today. Start server
yeah.
systematically, I would say. Like first we checked, like we learned that the connections are managed inside this package itself, and
Mm.
all the connection that we send from our application are being managed with in the array connection manager, if I recollect the name properly. And that is file based, if I have understood what Vaibhav and you
Yeah,
said.
someone commented. Yeah, someone commented that
Yeah,
like it
I
creates
didn't
a
see
new.
that. I didn't see that it is file based, but I will take a word from Vaibhav because probably he's more experienced. It is file based, but array, the name array suggests that it is not file based. It is array based.
It's memory
But
based.
we'll take a look at that later probably. So then we looked at connections, and then we looked at the loop thing. Like I had tried to understand what this loop does, but it's still bit difficult for me. But overall, it's like, in simple terms, it is a set interval for JS, and there are a bunch of things happening inside that set interval that Reverb does.
Mm,
No, no.
What?
I want to correct you. I guess it is a queue worker of JS, and the thing which we were calling the function was a set
Mm,
interval.
okay. So event loop is like a queue worker, like it is a
Queue worker.
separate queue. Okay, that is being maintained, and someone is executing the uh,
So that will
messages.
manage our set interval functions or
Okay,
set
okay,
timer functions.
all right. And then we looked at how this method is getting exited. Start server is exited from the signal command. Yeah, it took a while for that as well, but eventually we figured it out. But is there anything in between that we covered and I missed out?
I really like that way of getting
Ah,
it via HTTP packet and
ah.
transferring it to the WebSocket connection. That was a
Yeah,
really
that's
nice
the
thing to do.
important. That's the important thing that we learned. Exactly. So everything. So what we see from our application, it is actually first sent to the HTTP server inside the Reverb package itself, and then that is being actually sent to the WebSocket socket server. So yeah,
So
this is
basically,
one thing that even I learned. And
yeah, we are
what
calling
Surya said,
API.
yeah, and
Yeah,
what you said was this HTTP server. Correct me if I'm wrong. This HTTP server is one of the reason is that all the authentication, etc., for the private channels happen at that
yeah.
HTTP server end. Interesting, but yeah, thanks for this 2 hours exact.
No, but this is very, I really like that. So basically, they have written the HTTP server and not the WebSocket server. The WebSocket server is doing another thing, and the HTTP server. So they are now running HTTP server plus WebSocket
Mm,
server on the same server.
Maybe maybe you are saying that because we haven't still not deep dive into the reverb itself. So maybe after uh, doing more research, we find out there is a WebSocket server to exist in
No,
the reverb.
There
there
is
will be, right. There
no,
I
no,
will
there
mean,
be.
is.
like,
We saw
no, no.
that there is a socket
I
server.
mean, no, no. What I mean is, like HTTP thing is just 10% of what they have built. I mean,
Okay,
Right.
probably, yeah, probably, yes, yes.
mm,
All right. So when are we meeting next?
Yeah, let's do it on next Friday,
mm.
15th. I'm will be free on that day.
15th, I'm not available. We'll see. We'll
But
see.
any day is fine. I guess I'm not sure if
looks
uh,
looks Jigar
chat
bhai's
request.
anniversary.
Sorry.
Gigabytes anniversary on 15th November.
No, no, no.
Okay. So
All right. So we will leave.
uh, say
Thanks
goodbye to
for
each
Yeah.
other
joining
in
us.
30
Yeah.
seconds. Within 30 seconds.
Okay, then, guys, we are ending the stream, and thanks
Yeah.
everyone who joined. I guess
Yeah.
it's my first or second time diving something and like just without being any prepared with anything and just diving and
No,
see where
we
it
are not
goes. Like it's
even.
just it's just a random thing, right? For all of us, like it's just a random thing. So we're just trying to learn something here at the end of the day. I'm not sure this is even uh, someone might have come with the expectation like we might see the complete deep dive of the river, but that's not going to
Let
happen here. So
I had
we're
I
going
had
to learn to.
clarified I had clarified in the description this is the experimental format and we are simply learning, right? Trying to learn the
yeah.
internals of the
Also,
React.
like add one note that if you actually wanna see reverb stuff, skip first half hour.
Yeah,
I will update the description later
we
and
can
you
add that timelines for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going through 2 hours again to figure out the timestamp.
Time.
Probably some tool
Uh,
can do that for me.
uh,
All right.
you
Yes,
can like you summarize maybe. Okay.
yes. Thanks everyone. Have a good
Yeah.
night and
Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.